Welcome to my class. Today is daily attendance, November 7th, 2024, okay? If you're a returning student, welcome. You guys know the deal, the drill, right? So, getting through a really quick term, so make sure that you keep up. For those new ones, all right, make sure that you do. If you found me and you're here in YouTube, on YouTube, I don't know, we'll talk about prepositions later, then welcome, and you have found me. For those of you who know that someone is taking my course, if you would be kind enough to direct them this way. So we will be having, as I mentioned in my welcome video, which was posted yesterday, okay? And for those of you who got confused, I use the welcome video in every single term for every single class. So that's going to be the same. The only thing that changes is going to be the date, and that's because, it's the same thing over and over, okay? The lectures that okay, let me not get ahead of myself. So what you have to do is make sure that you're here. You comment here, Miss Ervin, I'm so-and-so, because I don't know what your names are in YouTube, and I'm here for daily attendance. And then you screenshot with me in the picture as well as your comment. All right, if you do not have both things, your comment and my picture in it, okay? And I want my picture here. I don't want my picture here. I don't want my picture here, okay? I have to be in the picture, like right here, okay? And your comment, then you upload it onto SU, all right? So very important. YouTube is available 24/7. So when people tell me I don't have time, I work all day, it takes 2 minutes max. Okay, probably like 30 seconds more, really, not 2 minutes, like 30 seconds to really do daily attendance. Daily attendance is a huge part of the class because it is worth, I believe, 40% of your grade, okay? So it's a huge a huge freebie, as is all my classes, because you basically are halfway there. The other half is, of course, learning is your assignments, which will be chapter assignment, and then of course your exams. You're gonna have 2 exams, midterm and final, okay, which is gonna be exactly like your assignments. So it's not gonna be something you're gonna have to study, and it's not gonna be something that you need to prepare for. It is just a regular assignment that I grade as an exam. Your assignments will be your chapter books, okay, your chapters that you're gonna have to read, and then there's questions or activities that you need to do afterwards, all right? So that is what's gonna be. So you have 40% of learning activities, which is your daily attendance. You have your assignments, which is 30, and then your exams, which are 30, okay? So really, my class is super, super easy. I do that on purpose, okay? I'm extremely qualified, so I can sort of figure things out. I think that, I prefer for you all to really use the extra time that you don't use for my class, because it's so easy for you to study and prepare for those classes you really need to study, and for the medical stuff that you do. Remember, I am, general ed, so I don't know about drawing blood and stuff like that, but I would imagine that it's all of that is very hard and stuff that you need to study. So I commend you for being here and wanting to, better yourself and wanting to provide and, build upon your skill set. And as I mentioned in every term, right, there's nothing better than investing in yourself. It will give you the highest rate of return that you will ever have in any type of investment that you will do. All right. So that said, now my assignments, so as I said, my class is really easy, so optimize it and, use it as a freebie, okay? If you do everything, you show up, you get 100%. And so you're going to need this 100 eventually for your 4.0, or for those of you who say, I'm just going to get the certification, you are not. Usually you go on to being a nurse, or you go on to getting more certifications, okay? So this is just the beginning of your, academia and academic progression in terms of your skills, your licenses, certifications, and degrees that you're going to be getting, even though you don't believe that now. But you're going to see how easy it is once you get the hang of it. You discipline yourself, and you really need to want it, okay? Doesn't matter how easy my class is. If you don't want it and you don't show up and you don't turn in the grades, I can't give you a grade. I can't make it any easier, okay? So there was something else that I was going to say really important. Make sure that the link of your book, that you sort of click it and it should come up. If it's not, you probably need to register, but I don't think you do, but maybe you I don't think you need to register, but maybe you do. So make sure that you do the prompts. If it prompts you to buy something or rent, if that's not it, you're in the wrong prompt. Remember that everything except for YouTube that you use in school, you have to use the school email. So that way it can identify you. In YouTube, just use another email, right? Don't put the school email, don't be too explicit in it because it's social media. So make sure that, when you do that, for anything that you're signing up for school, that you use the school email. So make sure that you click on your books and you make sure that your book works. If it does not work or you don't know how, you need to go to IT, all right, which is in one of the buildings. It used to be the main building. It's not anymore, so I have no idea what the number is of that building. But ask, someone in your class, or, there's maps that you guys have, so it'll show you where IT is, okay? It's usually the IT department is where all the directors are, okay? And those are like our principals of the school, all right? So make sure that you check on your book. Very, very important. All your assignments will be the book. If you cannot access your book, you're going to fail my class, and you can't text me and tell me on week 5 when we're going to finish that you can't access your book and you haven't accessed your book, because I'm not going to give you a break, and I'm not going to help you, okay? So any type of technical issues, you need to go to IT. The other thing is that my preference of communications is Teams. I have all sorts of reasons for that really are, you shouldn't care about. It's easier, it's faster, I have it there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I encourage you, or part of my requirement is that you download the Teams app. All right, make sure that when you download it, you use the school email. If you cannot, for whatever reason, download it, or you cannot find me, you better go to IT, because any type of communication is through Teams. I do have email, and I do have the bubble, the messenger on SU. I hardly don't use the bubble. The bubble is very difficult. I can't see, so I very much text very poorly because it has all sorts of other stuff on top of it, and I can't see what I'm texting as I'm responding. So I don't like it. It also has like a little let's chat, with whoever about school. I don't know, it's part of like the support system. So I cannot see in the little bubble, the messenger that we have for SU, I cannot see what I'm writing. Okay, so there's a lot of mispronunciation, misspellings and stuff that doesn't make sense, because I can't see it until I send it, and then I see that it doesn't make any sense. The other thing that I do not like the SU Messenger about is that I cannot send you a link. So if you're lost and you're telling me that you can't find this or you can't find that, or where is this or where is that, I cannot send you a physical link so you can go into my YouTube channel, because it doesn't permit it. So there's constraints to that platform that I do not like, and I prefer not to use it, okay? So please make sure that you don't. I also have emails. I check my emails once a day. So if you emailed me something when I've already checked my email, I will not check it till the following day. The other thing, if I've already checked it, I'm not going to be checking it throughout the course of the day. I only check it once. So if you missed when I already checked it and you email me after I've already checked it, it's going to be a whole day. All right. The other thing about emails is that there has been specific times that it sort of somehow gets lost. All right. So if I don't respond, or it doesn't show up for whatever reason, I don't know. There's glitches, there's kinks. What can I tell you? So for whatever reason, if I don't respond within 1 day or 2 days or even 3, make sure that you are, proactive, okay? And you email me and tell me, hey, Miss Rabin, what's going on? I emailed you on this and this and date, and I will email you and I will respond immediately, okay? So if you text me and tell me I haven't responded, or if you go to my directors, my bosses, and say that I've never responded, unless I really haven't, then that's fine. I probably missed it. So, please be proactive, and please, advocate for yourself. But if I have, and you just didn't follow through, that's not going to go well. All right. So I will not help you if you undermined me in any way, if you never reached out, if there was issues and I tried and you didn't give me the opportunity to fix them. Okay. Or if I have helped you tremendously, all right, and you still, and I didn't, and I don't accept something in the end because you missed all the extensions, you missed all the deadlines, you missed the extra days because you weren't keeping up with my videos, I will not take nice if you go to the director or my boss to ask for them to give me a call so they can help you, okay? Because I've already helped you. So the only one that's going to look bad is you, because I will forward everything that I have done for you. And if I have, accepted all sorts of stuff, just be mindful, okay? Because I don't take nicey to being played dirty, all right? So I'm here to help you all. I'm here for you all to have very successful times, okay? And very successful transitions and be able to get your certification. We're in the business of a school, right? So we want you all to be successful. We want you all to be prosperous. We want you all to be knowledgeable. And we're here to help you acquire that knowledge, okay? So Teams is really important. So make sure on that. Make sure that you check on your book and you check the link. Yesterday we had daily attendance. This is daily attendance for today. I usually have 2 daily attendance. That's usually Monday and Tuesday, unless the week does not fall on a Monday and Tuesday. It will be the beginning of the week, okay? You have 1 day. That day you have to turn in attendance, because I have to turn in attendance. Now, if you missed it for whatever reason, you can still upload it a whole day afterwards, because all my assignments still have an extra day at the end, okay? So if you're due on 1 day, you still have another 24 hours to get it in, so you can always get it in, and you can get it in at any time. So when you tell me I haven't had chance or whatever, this and that, I'm not going to believe you, because you can turn it in. So going back to that, so the daily attendance, I have to submit it that specific day that I tell you, okay? So it has to be submitted on that day. If you do not submit it on that day, you will be counted absent, just because that's the way the rules are, okay? Because it's all government, and we have to, we have to be able to, meet our requirements in terms of attendance as well, okay? But if you upload it a day later and you can still upload it, you're going to get full credit. You've just been counted absent. Be mindful that being counted absent will affect the ability to maybe get into another program, okay? It would probably, affect your 4.0 if that's what you're wanting for. So it will affect you negatively if you have bad attendance, okay? Or if there's an issue with your attendance. So make sure that you're always up to date with your grades, and make sure that you make it a habit and routine and discipline yourself to make sure that you, are up with your grades, with your attendance, or anything else that you need to do, okay? Attendance, let me see, there was something else. Attendance book, I forget, there's something else that I forgot, and I have these notes, but I missed it. So Teams, attendance, assignments. Okay, I'll remember, because this is the way I work. So I'm so sorry. There is something. There you go. I knew it. Okay, drops. If you do not want my class, drop it. I cannot drop anybody from my roster. Okay, so if you do not show up and you do not drop it within the allotted time, which I think is 2 days. Okay, so this is going to be the video that you either drop it today or not. Okay, I think maybe 3, but I doubt it. I think it's 2. If you do not drop the course, what will happen is that even if you don't show up, you're going to be getting zeros. I am not allowed to drop you, and I am not allowed to leave it blank. So if you just definitely don't show up, you're going to get zeros, and you're going to get a 0 as a final, okay? As a GPA. So make sure that if you do not want to be in my class, or there's whatever happened, make sure that you go and drop the class. I had a student today that said I had to ask for this class to be dropped. So it's not my deal. I cannot drop you. I am not admissions. I cannot do anything. It hurts me tremendously to keep giving zeros, because there's nothing there, and people don't answer my text when I tell them what's wrong. Are you okay? Please come see me, so we can fix this. I cannot do anything, okay? If you ask to be dropped, then I would encourage you to make sure that you drop yourself, okay? Not that you drop yourself, you can't drop yourself. You make sure that that you have your drop papers. You make sure in like a couple of days that you have been dropped, okay? And I would suggest that there be like something in writing so that way you can prove that you went or whatever, okay? So it is your responsibility to make sure that if you ask to be dropped, that you go to admissions, I think is where you need to go, and that you get it dropped. And if they say yes, and in the end you don't get dropped, if you're seeing that my grades are there and you still see that course in your class, in your dashboard, in your SU, then that means you still have it. That does not mean that you don't have it anymore. So please make sure that you advocate for yourself. And it's very expensive, okay? Then it becomes a problem later. And I think that eventually, even if you have financial aid, they do not pay it. So it becomes very, very expensive. Not only does it come very expensive, it obliviates your GPA. It will be impossible, okay? In order for you to have gotten a 0, you need an A in another class, and it'll average up to a C, okay? I've had students, so it's a huge hit, which is not necessary for my class because you can get 100. I have had students that have taken my class four times. If you fail my class the first time, you will not pass a second time, or third, or fourth. I don't know what the deal is. I can't explain it. For anybody that can understand it and let me know, let me know, okay? So I hope this isn't harsh. This is just going through everything, okay? I'm not mad or anything like that. I am also at the library, okay? Unless otherwise stated, on Mondays and Tuesdays. I go from 9 to 11. If you need to see me, all right, we can do a video conference or a call through Teams, all right? You can also go to the library, and if it's not within those hours, then I will meet you. If you want to meet me, just give me the time, and you can't stand me up, okay? Because it will be a special visit just for you. The other thing is that if you're at night, okay, I'm not there at night, but if you're in the evening classes, I will most definitely come and speak to you or see you or whatever. I am here to help you, okay? Just be mindful. Also, be mindful when you're texting me. If you're texting me past 8 o'clock, I'm probably asleep because I'm an old lady. I also have a family. And so if I'm getting text at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning because you missed it, or because the internet didn't work, or whatever glitch happened, okay, or you're just panicking because you didn't do your job before and you're waiting till the last minute, I will freak, okay, and so will my family, because we will think that someone passed away. All right, I do have children that are out of town, so it would be devastating, and I would be very, it would just really upset me, because I would think that there was something wrong. So be mindful of my hours. As I tell you, I will respond, okay, but be mindful, okay, be mindful. All right, I would suggest that you not wait long to do things. Get my stuff done, finish it, and you don't have to worry about it. My assignment, the longest assignment probably takes 20 minutes, and that's it. If you're taking more than 20 minutes, you're doing something wrong. All my assignments have to be in Word document. They have to be copied and pasted or typed, okay? And they have to have your title to it, your name, my name, your class, and your class sections. I do not reference classes by reading comprehension or technical writing or business communication. I reference classes by their numbers. So BC, which is business communication, A500, okay? Or English reading comprehension, which is English 133, A500, A501, or English 145, which is technical writing, English 145, A500, A501. So make sure that you know what class you're in, because that's how I reference them. I do not reference them by reading, business communication, or anything like that. I don't say the title of it, I say the numbers. The other thing about that is that something about the referencing. When you communicate with me, okay, you need to tell me who you are, what class you're in, okay, what section. So if you're in English 145, you need to say, I am so-and-so, I am Ms. Sabine, I'm in section 145, A500, and I am emailing you. I am not emailing. I am texting you through Teams because of this, this, and this, and that. Okay. The longer you take to state all the information that I need, the longer it will take to resolve whatever it is that you need. Okay. Please don't take advantage of me. It's not cool. I'm not going to help you. You know, as time goes on, I become stricter and stricter, which is really not what I want to do. Okay. And, you know, and this term is going to go really fast. We have Thanksgiving. You know, we hardly don't have any holidays, or none are given to us during school because it is so fast paced. You know, this licensee, this certification. So this term in particular, you get your Thanksgiving, and then of course you're gonna get your Christmas, which you're gonna be off anyway. But make sure that you keep up to date because it's gonna go really, really quick. Okay, and I think that's it. So welcome again. Okay, this is for daily attendance. November 7th, and we will begin with our first assignment. Okay, our first assignment will be chapter 1 for everyone, for business, English 133 and English 144. You are to read the chapter 1, okay, and your assignments are to be done in a Word document and lift it that way. If you do not present a Word document, if you send me pictures, if you handwrite it, if you, I don't know, there's other stuff that people send me, I will not receive them and you will get a 0. I am very strict on the way that you turn things in because that's really the only requirements that you have. Most of the classes have the answers, okay? Or you are able to find the answers, okay? So it's a really simple. I know nobody wants to do English, and I know nobody wants to do business communication, but they're classes that you need, that are required for you to go to take the other classes, and they're important in life. You need to learn how to read and write correctly. The other thing is that this is not a language class, okay? My Englishes are not a language class. They are English, which means that it's not a language class per se, that you learn the language. So if you have difficulties with English, it's going to be a problem, all right? If you don't have difficulties with English, this is just about rules and regulations of proper English usage under the understanding, right, that you are fluent in English, okay, to some degree. You don't have to be fluent, but you have to be fluent. If you're using your translation, you're going to struggle, and I recommend that you don't use your translation because school's only going to get harder for you, okay? Because if you're having trouble in my class, you're going to have trouble later on because of English, okay? All right, so we're moving right along to English 145, A500, and A501, okay? So English 145, A500, and A501. You all have all the answers there, okay? You are to copy and paste every single thing that I tell you that your assignment is going to be, and it has to be in a Word document. You are to highlight the answer, okay, in yellow, and you are to copy everything, all the question, all the section, the questions, the answers, okay? And you are to, make sure that the sections are there for whatever assignment I give you, and I will explain in a minute. After you have copied and pasted onto a Word document, not a PDF, a Word document, you are to highlight in yellow. That means you highlight. That does not mean that your text, okay, is in yellow. Because if your text is in yellow, I can't read it because I can't see it, okay? So you are to highlight whatever it is that you copied and pasted. English 145 has practices and activities. Make sure that you do the correct one, because if I told you that you had an assignment for activities and you give me a practice, I will count it wrong, okay? Because the least you can do is follow instructions, all right? So make sure that you know it and make sure that you title it. But if I said at practice 1, 2, 3, then you put the practice, and all you have to do is chunk that and copy and paste it. This book in particular is a Cengage, okay? It also is embedded, the activities are embedded within the, within the chapter. They're not at the end of the chapter, okay? So, so be mindful of that. I can't remember, I think, okay. I think it's this one. Anyway, so let's go. So you will be doing activities 2, 5, and 6, okay? 2, 5, and 6. I think I took an activity off that makes you a little bit confused. All right, so you're gonna do activities 2, 5, and 6, and it is due whenever it is. I'm gonna, so make sure that you check on the due date because I don't know when that is, okay? So activities 2, 5, and 6, English 145, A500, and English 541, A501. Make sure you copy and paste it onto a Word document and upload onto SU. Make sure that you highlight the answers, okay? Great, so moving right along to business communication, 52, let me see. So business communication, you have to read chapter 1. You're going to copy and paste all the questions, okay? And you're with the multiple choice. It's going to be a question and then it's going to be like 4 multiple choice. So you copy and paste all of that onto a Word document, okay? Whatever assignment I give you. And then you're going to highlight in yellow the answer, okay? Don't just give me the question or don't just give me the number and the answer. Give me the whole question and give me all the multiple choice options and then you highlight it. So that way I know you did it. If you give me just like a number and a multiple choice letter, I will count it wrong. The other thing is that when I say objectives, okay, there is at the end of your, when you're going to do your assignment, you have objectives and then you have questions underneath those objectives. And then you have another objective and then questions underneath that objective. I'm not asking you when I tell you objective so-and-so and question so-and-so that you answer the objectives. What it's referencing is that the objective that is highlighted, right, or addressed within the questions of your homework will be referencing, those questions will be addressing that objective, okay? So you will have an objective and that objective will have questions that will be referencing only the objective stated on top. So you don't have to answer another objective. You just need to copy and paste the whole thing like it is and you need to answer your question correctly, okay? You need to highlight it. So you do the objective, you copy and paste as well all the questions and answers underneath that are and the answers are multiple choice and then you highlight the correct multiple choice question. And that's it. If you will notice and read, because reading is amazing, it will tell you where you can find the answers in the book. Okay, so be able to navigate through your book. So that is business communication, A500, and you will be doing chapter 1, objectives 1.1 through 1.6. The questions will be 1 through 18, and they will be under the heading of Learning Objectives Checkup, which is at the end of the chapter. So let me say that again. Chapter 1, Learning Objective Checkup, which is at the end of the chapter. You have access to the answers. It tells you there when you read it, and you have to do questions 1 through 18, which are embedded within objectives 1.1 through 1.6, okay? So, and that's copied and pasted onto a Word document. I do not take pictures and I do not take PDFs. And then make sure you go back and upload it. I don't know when the due date is on that, but it's on the assignment. Okay, moving right along to English 133, A500, and A501, okay? You need to read chapter 1. Let me see, 27, I think it was 58, okay? That's your timestamp. So I need to write them down so I can do the timestamps. You will be doing test 1 and test 2 at the end of the chapter. You would need to read through the whole chapter, and then at the end you have tests that you take, okay? You're going to copy and paste those tests onto a Word document, and you're going to type in the answer, okay? And after you type in the answer, because you're the only book that does not have the answers, or if you do have the answers, let me know where, because I haven't been able to find them, okay? But if the book has the answers, make sure that you state it on the, comment below. So you will write down your answer specific to that question, and then you highlight the answer just to make sure that I see it, Okay, so you copy and paste test 1 and test 2 onto a Word document. You write down, you type in your answers. I do not accept handwritten stuff, and I do not accept pictures. And after you have copied and pasted your test 1 and test 2, and you have answered all the questions in typing, right? You typed it, then you highlight it, then you upload it onto SU. Okay, so hope you all had a great day. Ciao, love and light.